Productivity is being reliable, it's being urgent, and it's being effective with your time. And no surprise, time is money. So what we need to really focus on is making sure that you're as productive as you can possibly be so that we can get you making as much money as you possibly can. Pretty simple equation. The faster you get things done, the more money you are going to make and the more your business is going to thrive. So the question is, how do you get things done faster? We've got a really simple framework for you guys called WINS. And if you implement this framework every single day, especially when you're in a deep focus state where it's really important that you're performing and that you are getting through as many leads or as many sales calls as you can, this framework is really going to help. Now, to start the WINS framework, the first one's working with urgency. Now, this sounds really simple and probably something that is like, I already do that. But you'd be surprised just having the intention of behind, am I working with urgency? Or am I distracted? Am I on my phone? Am I scrolling social media? Am I every 10 minutes getting distracted by something else? How urgently are you doing your job? And what you'll find is most of the time you're nowhere near as urgent as you think you are. So just making sure that urgency is part of your identity when it comes to a deep state of focus and a deep state of work, what you'll find is you're gonna get more done because you are making the decision to be someone who acts urgently, someone who doesn't wait for things to happen. If you have that sense of urgency, that's gonna make a massive difference and help set the intention for the work that you're about to do. Now, this is probably the best part. It's implement the 5-minute rule. Now, what you need to do is you need to trick your brain. You need to tell yourself, what can I get done in 5 minutes, especially with really hard tasks. Maybe it's something you've been putting off for a really long time, you got a lot of procrastination, and you just can't get this started. If you tell yourself, okay, I'm just gonna commit 5 minutes of undistracted, urgent attention to this, you will open a Zeigarnik loop. Now, the thing with Zeigarnik loops, once you open them, your brain wants to finish the job. So if you just commit to 5 minutes of deep focus on that task, what you'll find is that 5 minutes will actually turn into getting a good chunk of work done that you never would have gotten done in the first place. It's really about just tricking your brain into putting things into bite-sized pieces, which I'll talk about again in a second. N is for no distractions. And just like working with urgency, it's really important to make sure that you have nothing that's going to get in the way. If you are someone who, let's just say you're on meetings on your laptop, and you're seeing notifications come in, what are they going to do to your focus? Maybe you're in the middle of a sales call and you're pitching a customer and then you see a notification come in for a bill that's due, or you see your partner sends you a message of something that's really urgent, maybe, the cat's dead or something like that. But those things, if you're in the middle of a really important state of focus and you're getting notifications about things that are going to add cortisol and stress to your day and are going to make you perform worse because of that, it's going to suck you directly out of those meetings. Now, that's a bit of an extreme example. Hopefully you don't have notifications coming on in the middle of meetings, but I know some people do. And it's the same. If you're talking to a customer and you've got your phone in your pocket and it's vibrating, what's that going to do? It's going to make you go, oh shit, actually someone really needs me. But so does that person who's in front of you. That person who you're talking to and communicating with really deserves your attention. You need to make sure that you've got no distractions during those deep states of focus. Now, the last one is S, and that's segmenting. Now, there are going to be times throughout the day where you have to deal with those distractions. There are going to be times throughout the day where you're going to have to deal with other problems. And the secret to that is you've got to segment your workday into bite-sized pieces. Now, with segmenting, it's important to understand how the brain works. Our brain prefers to work in 90-minute windows, also known as ultradian rhythms. What that means is that's a perfect amount of time for our brain to go into a deep focus, really deep focus. So what that means is if you can commit to 90-minute windows when you're working of deep focus where there are no distractions, and you've broken down your day into, in this 90-minute window, I'm going to accomplish this task. In the next 90-minute window, I'm going to accomplish this task, and you've segmented the day appropriately, you can make the most of those 90 minutes and then allow yourself to get out of that state of focus for 10 minutes to fix any problems that have come up throughout the day, anything that you need to get on top of. You've got 10 minutes to quickly get on top of those problems before you go into another state of deep focus. Something a lot of people don't realize is it actually takes 23 minutes to get back into that deep state of focus. So if you're half an hour in and you've only just hit that point of deep focus and you get distracted again, and that takes 10 minutes, it's going to take you another 20 minutes. You basically wasted that entire segment. That whole hour of workflow, hour and a half of workflow, you've just put in the bin because you allowed yourself to get distracted halfway through, get carried away with a different task, and then when you try to come back, you burnt all that time. So segmenting your day into bite-sized pieces will go a really, really long way to make sure that you're not distracted, you're getting work done, you're using that 5-minute rule, and you're working with urgency throughout the day. I promise you, just using this framework, you'll get more done in 1 to 2 days than you've gotten done in 1 to 2 weeks previously. Now, how do we make sure we actually get these things done? It's as simple as setting reminders. Every single morning, set a reminder for the WINS framework to go off on your phone. If you use reminders, there's a really easy way to just have that front of mind every single day of, WINS framework. Use the WINS framework every single day and make sure that your brain is seeing that somewhere where it can be reminded to, okay, cool, I've got to make sure that I'm using these 90-minute windows throughout the day and making sure that I'm following these systems. Because I promise you, if you follow this framework and you remind yourself how important this framework is, you'll get more done in 2 days than you've gotten done in the last 2 weeks.